Hola, straight into video number 4. Today's the 25th of October, Wednesday, end of day 10 here for me. As promised, this one's going to be sort of focused around Spanish and how I've started my journey there, what sort of tactics I'm using to give myself a wee push, and how that's all coming along. Well, this is my office. Escritorio desk. The first thing I've sort of done is to make some sort of sheets up here that I'm staring at all the time that hopefully I'll remember. These ones, this is numbers, that's 1 to 20. It sort of gives you an indication of where I'm at. I didn't even know how to count. That's pretty sort of straightforward. Most people will probably know through to 10, I guess, and then 11 to 15 is a little funny like English, but then they go even funnier again. This is more like DS is like 10 plus 6 kind of thing, 10 plus 7, 10 plus 8, 10 plus 9, and then 20. And then it gets even funnier because then with 20, then like 23 for instance is 23, and the E here changes to an I here, and that's one word. And then the rest of them, like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, they all 30 tres or 31. E is like and. So that's still a little tricky for me to get my head around. A couple of other ones, 100, 1,000. My birth year, this year, and yeah, just sort of still struggling with that. I have to think really hard, and it's but it's good. Yeah, that's a good starting place. And then down here I've got the months of the year, which are not too bad. Probably, yeah, enero is probably the only one that's really different. So this one's nice and easy to remember, Mayo. And second, minute, hour, day, week, weekend, month, yeah. So just some sort of more time-related things. And then the days of the week, which also, yeah, it's just a matter of remembering them. They're nothing like the English ones, actually. Sábado, Saturday, maybe, at a stretch. Then I made a clock. Sort of just doesn't fit on the screen. There is obviously 12 and then 1 through to 11, and just a few times like quarter past, la 1:04, so 1 and a quarter, half past, quarter to, sort of a couple of different ways you can say that. Quarter to 8 is 8 minus a quarter, or 7:45. So it's all quite interesting. They sort of mostly use 24-hour time, is what I've been told. So yeah, then that's sort of easy as well, because then you don't have to worry like about saying in the evening, at night. Evenings until 10 at night, nights after 10, and that's morning. And then the last one that I've made, which I made a couple of days ago, is this guy here, showing my artistic skills. He's sort of ran out of room here, so his legs are quite small, but there's some, I've got 45, I think, 45 different body parts on here. Some probably more necessary than others, but it's the sort of thing that I think it'd be quite useful. Some of them are quite easy, like areola is ureola. And some of them are not so useful actually, now that I look at it. But that's all good, and I sort of practice them every now and again, write down sort of all the words in English, and then try and write the translation. Last night, what I get, 33 out of 45. Not bad. And what else have I been doing? So I just practice writing down the days of the week, months of the year, numbers and stuff, and then get Jose and Johnny to write down some numbers for me and times, and this is just on a serviette while we were having dinner. So that's all sort of helpful stuff. And then what else have I got here? This is verb conjugation, which I didn't even know what that was in English. Thanks, Mum. But this is that's probably not a really good one, actually. Where is the... Yeah, this one here is probably better. Yo como. So this is yo, tú, él, nosotros, vosotros, ellos. This is like I, you, he or she, we, you, but like a group, you all, and they. And como or come is eating. So this is obviously for every way you're using it, it changes. Whereas in English you say I eat, you eat, he eats, we eat, you eat, they eat. But in Spanish, eat changes every time. So yeah, you have yo como, tú comes, él come, nosotros comemos, vosotros comáis, ellos comen. And they're all sort of slightly different for everyone, depending on what the last two letters are, if the AR or ER or IR. This one here, speaking, I can remember. So I sort of just, at the moment I just use that and apply it to everything. But then there's, so sort of been practicing them. And then there's some, I think these are all the exceptions, the ones that are different, which is handy. Sort of, I haven't really got to that yet. But yeah, that's another thing I definitely need to learn. And I've got my little diary here, which I use. So every day I write down sort of, like you can see, spoon, knife, fork. I take it down to dinner with me and just write down things that I hear, things that we've talked about during the day. Look, tree, pesa, heavy, must have been a heavy sack of almonds. Difficult, easy, yeah. So I just write down things that I hear during the day. What have we got today? I think I had to message Jose. They were out and ask him. We were finished building the bed for the pigs. So what do we do now? And so that's all pretty. That's all good. This is all my sort of written stuff. It's something that I've found through all my years of studying in school and everything, that when I write something down, I remember it a lot faster. So that's definitely a tactic that I'm using, is to write things down. I write, like you can see these things, I just write them over and over again, and eventually it's stuck in my brain. So that's one aspect. Another thing I've done that a lot of people do, I think, is to stick some post-it notes around the place, just indicating what things are. I don't know how many I've got in the room here, but enough. Probably some that I don't really need. Dintel is a lintel. And you can hear the television going with some Spanish children's TV, which I put on quite often, just to sort of hope that it'll sort of sink into me through osmosis or something. I was just watching SpongeBob SquarePants before, and old Patricio, he sounds a little bit different than Patrick. But in any case, you can see it's another belter of a day outside. As I think I've mentioned before, I've been using Duolingo as well on my phone. It's I've been finding more and more there's words that I'm learning on Duolingo that I say downstairs, and they either no idea what I'm talking about, or it's a word that is must be South American Spanish or something, I don't know. So I'm sort of a little on the fence at the moment about Duolingo, and I think maybe I'm a little too far through, because sometimes I really struggle to follow it, but I still try to keep it up because I think it's good. And I do notice sometimes things that come up on Duolingo I've heard during the day or I've learned during the day, and and before maybe I guessed them or fluked them. Now I actually understand a little better. One other method, Tinder. I don't know, it might be a wee bit abstract, but I've sort of been using that in combination with Google Translate just to get some more conversational kind of practice, because around here I sort of talk like a caveman and just say the object or the word, or it's not actually real sentences. So sort of using that as a bit of a help. It's quite funny, the Spanish, they're not very imaginative with their daughters' names, I don't think. Laia, Nina, Maria, Gabriel, Sarah, Carmen, Maria, Maria Jose, Marta, Mar, Berta, Lara, Maria. There's so many fucking Marias, it's it's ridiculous. But that seems to help a little. Learn wee things from that, and I'm that far out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing more that's really going to come of that at the moment. And tonight, tonight I'm going to try and watch The Lion King in Spanish. I've decided that I'm sort of like a kid in Spanish, so maybe I can watch a nice kids movie and see if I pick anything up from that, and use that to my advantage. It's I do notice, some days you pick things up, you can hear more conversations, understand what people are talking about. Some days I've got no idea. It's really tiring because you have to concentrate, but small steps, and just keep on trying at the moment, really. For the rest, we've been sort of working on odd jobs around the house here at the moment. Like I said before, building a bed for a pig. They've got 4 pigs, so we built a wee bed for them because it was a bit wet where they were usually sleeping. Bashing down trees in the forest and clearing out the garden. We haven't had any more rain except for that one lot last week, so I don't know how things are going with the olives. Haven't really received any news on that or gone out and had a look, but I think we're sort of just filling in time until that's all go. It sounds like it might be quite hard work. They reckon they've got 300 trees, so with Jose now at work, it might be Johnny and I 300 trees. I think that's going to take a wee bit of doing, but we'll see all that when it comes to hand. This weekend, Johnny and I are going to head up. There's a big mountain nearby. We're going to go and climb that. So that'll be Saturday, Sunday. I think we're sleeping Saturday night in a mountain hut. So I might not get back here till Monday next week, hopefully. Might have a bit more to report and show you around the place, show you some of the wee jobs we've done, and what we've been up to. Alrighty, thanks for everyone who's watching, following, and for your comments as well. Again, if you've got any recommendations, let me know. It's all pretty new to me. Cheers.